Wow. Brothers and sisters, all blessings to the Most High. This is Black Mountain Hotep. Today I'm going to have a little accountability talk. I kind of want to have it with my brothers. Specifically, I'm going to do it with an open heart and a humble mind, and I'm going to try to do my best to keep my language to a minimum, because y'all know how I get. Alright, so I made it up here, and I waited until I wasn't huffing and puffing and sweating and tired to start talking to y'all. And now that I'm up here, I want to start the conversation by making sure that we are all on the same page and that we no longer want to have any more accountability conversations prefaced by negativity. We don't want to have any more accountability conversations started by the negative crime statistic. All right? I don't want to see a picture of a dead black man and then an accountability talk. We need to have these talks in organic spaces. We need to have these talks in organic ways, and they need to come from places of love. Period. They need to spark from nothing, not from something bad. Because when they spark from something bad, then you've already set the precedent for the conversation. We need to meditate. We need to go to the gym more. If you spend frivolous money on bullshit every month, turn that frivolous money into a gym membership and go to the gym and use that exercise time to meditate. Read for your own enjoyment. Find something that you like, or listen to audiobooks. You can buy them. Spend some frivolous money. You can buy them. And that is a type of meditation. If you're an artist or if you produce music, use that as meditation. The brothers who are struggling are also very creative. Use your creativity as your meditation and rely on that in times where you really feel like you just have to push the muck out of your brain. Okay? Do not manifest that muck as anger, because we do that. It happens. And it happens because of a lack of understanding. It happens because we don't really know what's going on out there. But as we go further down, we'll figure it out, okay? We need to educate ourselves more. All right, we need to start picking up literature. It's not just about reading to meditate. It's also about reading to educate yourself, to truly get some knowledge. I said something about frivolous money. What I mean by that is, like I said, if you're spending $30, $40 a month on some random bullshit, let's say you smoke cigarettes or weed even. Let's say you do one of the two. Just exercise restraint long enough to save up some money to buy some specialized knowledge, because that specialized knowledge could get you a job that could be priceless. Should I leave it at that? I think I should leave it at that. Diet. I mean, I'm not going to bring up stereotypes. I'm not going to bring up anything negative. All I'm going to say is your brain reacts to what happens in your stomach. And what you put in your stomach affects your brain. It affects the capacity to think. It affects how good you are at thinking. It affects what you're capable of producing. Have a better diet. Get out of the fast food line. If you are lucky enough, if you're a single man like myself, and you have an unlimited resource, which is time to dedicate to the industry and to yourself and to financial to gaining capital and to teaching other people and to authorship. If you can dedicate those times, and you can dedicate yourself to a good diet, meal prepping and meal planning is worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Your body will love you for it. You'll wake up with energy. We have health problems that we can't escape without a better diet, and we are at a time in the world where it's definitely it's more important now than it used to be. So brothers, get on your diet game. Get on your diet game. You know what I'm saying? Don't just rely on looking good because you think you got great genetics, because on the inside, your arteries may be clogged. On the inside, you may still be bad. So work on that diet. Invest and investigate. Now, what I mean by invested and investigate is, see, we black men, we already have a natural ability to turn dollars. We already have a natural ability to pop up money, but we don't have a natural ability to properly invest it. That's something we have to learn, right? So we have men out there who are teaching brothers how to invest their money properly. I'm gonna put some links down there. Y'all gonna see. And so you listen to these men. They're gonna tell you how to use your money. If we invest our money properly, we can create some real wealth around here. We can actually do it. Now, the second part is investigate. The reason why I say invest and investigate is because if we do investigation into the markets that we intend to step into, instead of just grabbing a chunk of change and hopping in like a lot of our unfortunate brothers have done and gotten swindled, if we actually do that investigation, we come out better. And one of the things that also will happen because of this is that if I'm doing my proper investigation before investments and he's doing his proper investigation before investments, then I have more confidence in investing in him as well. Now we've created a network. Okay, now if another brother comes around and he's doing the same thing, we invest in him too, he invests in us. Now we have an investment network. Now we're doing something. Okay, we've created influence with our confidence. We've created influence by investing by just those two things. So that can actually happen. It is possible. I've seen it happen. I know people who've done it. Doe Dubes is doing it. It goes down. So cultivate. It's kind of like a little analogy. This is a good thing for me. I see myself as a tree. You should see yourself as a tree. Black people as a whole, we are collectively a tree. Humanity is collectively a tree. But for the purposes of what I'm saying, I and black people, we are a tree. Now, if your tree has bad soil, how does it grow? That's a question mark at the end of that. If your tree is drinking Sprite, how does it grow? If my tree is drinking mineral water, how does it grow? So what I mean by that is it's real simple, man. What we ingest physically, physiologically, what we take in mentally, what comes, our everything that we take in, like what we allow people to say to us, and what we deal with on a daily basis, all of these things, they mean something to the soil that we stand in. And even though we may not feel them, they fall right into the soil and we grow crooked. So we have to develop better ways to sift out what comes through the screens, to make sure that we're getting the best nutrition. I'm talking about music. We have to really think about what we are listening to. We have to really think about all of those things, what we're eating. It goes back to diet. It goes back to education. It goes back to your meditation. You see, you bounce down and you bounce back up. And that goes to this next one is Alleviate. Okay. All these are really personal for me. Alleviate. What I mean by that. See, when I was young, I used to experience some pretty bad things that I would not tell people. I would just act them out on fools. Like, when I committed crimes, I committed the majority of my crimes on people who committed crimes, like who resembled people that committed crimes against me. I didn't go home and talk to no one about the things that were happening to me. I didn't go home and talk about, the people that were, I didn't talk about none of those things. I didn't say any of those things. I didn't go home and share my conscience with my family. I went home, bottled it in, and gave my mother or my grandmother or my father or my stepmother or whoever, I gave them, the surface material. And giving them the surface material has led me to some regrettable paths that, It's led me down areas that I wish I could have not had to walk. But I walked those ways because I never took the time to rely on the counsel of my elders. And as Black people, we have to rely on the counsel of our elders, rather, as young Black people. I mean, that's what I think. We have to rely on their counsel. We have to help them alleviate our stresses. They want to do that for us. I'm not lying. I'm not telling no mistruths here. These are all real things. This brings me to the last point. Lawfulness. Okay? I wrote this one down. All right, lawfulness. BGM, first of all. Lawfulness. Because plain and simple, if we are lawful people, then they can only create martyrs, which is a deterrent. Listen to me. If we are lawful people, then they can only create martyrs, which is a deterrent. I'm not asking y'all to put your guns down. If you can legally buy them, buy them. Black guns matter, homie. What's up? But if you can't, be lawful. Because the last thing I want to do is promote. Last thing I want to do is convince a fisherman that I'm the catch of the day. We got to stop letting these fishermen think that we're the catch of the day. We're not the catch of the day. And they don't want to make more martyrs, because then it's going to be a whole world of badness for them. They're not going to be able to do that. So if we're lawful people, then that's what I mean. They can only create martyrs. And that's a deterrent in its own. See what I'm saying? And if we are prepared, if we all look and act and sound and walk accordingly, if we are all holding each other up and we are all applying medical attention to each other, that is the acronym that I have created. If we are applying medical attention to each other, then we ourselves are the ultimate deterrent for all forms of anguish. We can be held accountable by each other. We can hold each other accountable. We can do these things. But it literally starts with you individually. We can't look to any politician to instill a program that's going to help us be accountable for each other. We can't look to any politician to instill any program. I can't say that 1,000 times. We cannot rely on them. We must rely on ourselves and each other, and we must do that by developing goodness within ourselves and each other. That's how I feel. That is accountability to a felon. To me. That's accountability to me. All right, you feel? You dig? That's accountability to somebody who used to do the things that they parade on the television. Like who I would have been called a super predator. You feel me? So, in order to stop all of this, the best thing to do is to take the bullets out of the gun that they are shooting us with, all right? They're just hitting us up with these hate bullets, man. Take them out the gun. Take them out the gun. Stop videotaping, stomping. We all saw the video of the young man stomping the other young man's head in on the ground in the mall. We got to stop doing that, man. We got to stop doing that. World Star Hip Hop has got to give up its game. World Star Hip Hop has got to go. It's got to go. Because what you're doing is you're parading a negative perception of the black man, and the only people who are truly being degraded on your site are black people. Yeah, you got white people on there. Yeah, you got meth heads and crack heads on there. But let's be honest here, dog. It's black people that you are negatively affecting. It is the perception of blacks that you promote, like that negative perception. So I'm throwing them at everyone who I feel is an enemy to our people. Period. Anyone who is an enemy to our people is going to get these words. Is going to get these words until I'm gone.